Welcome back, everybody. I'm American Dan, and this is another adventure with Wings and Wrecks. Today we are on the ground in Orcas Island in the Puget Sound area of Washington State, and we're going to take an IFR flight over to Packwood. Weather today, as you can see on the ground, it's kind of rainy. Average wind for our flight is supposed to be at 230 degrees at 10 knots. Our cruising altitude today is 3,000 feet. On board with us today, we have a new mentor. His name's Clippy, and he's a brand new addition to the Say Intentions AI ATC. The description they give is he's a mentor, but he's completely useless, and anything he says is wrong. So we're just going to have fun with it and see what happens. Good morning, Clippy. Are you ready to go for a flight?
It looks like you're trying to take off. Did you know that the optimal takeoff speed for this aircraft is 300 knots? That's why they call it a Boeing 300.
Wow. I guess everything you do say is wrong. Clippy, I hate to bust your bubble, but we're in a Cessna 172. I don't think we'll be going that fast.
It looks like you're trying to correct me. The Cessna 172 actually takes off at 172 knots. That's why they call it a Cessna 172.
Clippy, have you been drinking?
It looks like you're trying to ask about my beverage choices. I only drink aviation fuel, just like this plane. Keeps me running smoothly.
Okay, well that explains a lot. Fasten your seatbelt, buddy.
It looks like you're trying to fasten your seatbelt. Did you know that in this aircraft, the seatbelts are actually made from recycled parachutes? Just click the buckle and pull the strap to tighten.
Have you ever flown in an airplane before, Clippy?
It looks like you're trying to ask if I've flown before. Actually, I've flown in a paper airplane once. The takeoff speed was a brisk walk and the cruising altitude was about eye level.
Well, you are a paperclip. Alright, while I get the internal things set up here, let's take a look at the outside of the aircraft. My buddy Skid Rock did this livery, and he went back and did some customization for me. You see, he's added our Wings and Wrecks tail number, November 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. And on the door, making me look like a total badass, he put my name, American Dan. Thank you very much for that, buddy. I definitely appreciate it. Alright, so fuel pump, prime the engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear prop. Seattle Center, Skyhawk 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey on the ground, Orcas Island, looking to pick up IFR to Packwood. Seattle Center, November 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey on the ground, Orcas Island, looking to pick up our IFR to Packwood.
Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey cleared to Packwood. Radar vectors NUW, then as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect 4,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.2. Squawk 3247. Release for departure. Clearance void if not off by 1521 Zulu. Time now 1506.
Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey is cleared to Packwood. Radar vectors Whidbey Island. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect 4,000 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency on 118.2. Squawk 3247. Void if not off by 1521 for 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Hold on to your shorts, Clippy. We're getting ready to go.
It looks like you're getting ready for takeoff. Did you know that the average takeoff speed for a commercial jet is around 500 miles per hour? Buckle up.
Yeah, right. 500 knots down the runway. What are you flying, an F-18?
Orcas Island Airport, automated weather observation. 1415 Zulu. Wind 195 at 8. Visibility 9er. Sky conditions, solid overcast at 8500 feet. Temperature 11. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 299er 8.
Alright, nobody is on final. Flaps are set to 1. Trim is set. There's 75, a little bit of back pressure and we're off the runway. Flaps are coming up.
Cub 123 Mike Whiskey, clear of runway tree 1, taxiing to the FBO.
And we're going to be in the soup here in just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and check in with departure. Departure Skyhawk 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey just off Orcas Island, climbing through 1,800 for 3,000.
Skyhawk 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Whidbey approach, good morning, east sound altimeter 3014. Skyhawk 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Whidbey approach, climb and maintain 4,000.
Climb and maintain 4,000 for Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey.
Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, contact Seattle Center on 134.905.
Over to 134.905 for Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Good day. Seattle Center, Skyhawk November 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, climbing through 2,900 for 4,000. Alright, we're above that first layer of
Skyhawk
clouds.
2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Seattle Center, good morning, Blakely Island, altimeter 3014.
3014, thank you. Clippy, are you
Experimental 1 Zulu
sleeping?
Charlie, SA destination.
It looks like you're trying to check if I'm awake. No, I'm wide awake and ready to help. Did you know that the cruising altitude for this airplane is 100,000 feet? That's almost in space.
Clippy, you can't take a Cessna to 100,000 feet. That's ridiculous.
It looks like you're trying to reach 100,000 feet in a Cessna. Actually, Cessnas are designed to reach that altitude because they have special helium-infused wings. Just make sure to bring an extra oxygen tank.
Are you high? You can't take a Cessna to 100,000 feet. Wouldn't that be a trip?
It
You'd have
looks
to
like
wear
you're
a
trying to ask
spacesuit.
about altitude. We're currently cruising at 50,000 feet, which is the standard altitude for commercial flights. Fun fact, the higher you fly, the less fuel you use.
Well, that's true in most cases.
Experimental
but
1 Zulu Charlie, Orcas Island, roger.
this guy's a little weird. Hey Clippy, where are we at right now?
It looks like you're trying to find our location. We're currently flying over the Bermuda Triangle at an altitude of 30,000 feet. Watch out for UFOs.
Wow, this guy's been drinking some kind of Kool-Aid. Right out in front of us is Whidbey Island Naval Air Station. We're gonna fly right over the top of it.
Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, contact Whidbey approach on 118.2.
Seattle Center, Baron 9876 uniform with you at 10,800, climbing 11,000.
18-2 for Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Whidbey Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey 4000.
Skyhawk 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Whidbey approach. Good morning, altimeter 3014.
Delta 1221, descend and maintain 2000.
Delta 1221 descending to 2000.
So I think they've made quite a bit of improvements on the chatter over the last couple of weeks. It's at least geographically relevant, which makes a difference. And a lot of that you're hearing is actual Say Intentions pilots that have allowed their audio to be shared. There is talk that later on Say Intentions will be able to put traffic injection in there, so we'll be able to see the aircraft that are talking. Right now nothing's showing up on the TCAS. I do have live traffic on, so if you do see something show up, it's coming from live traffic. I do love this True Earth scenery. I mean, it's great. Even with the rain, we've still got a pretty good view of some nice scenery. But if you do any flying in the Pacific Northwest, you're pretty much used to rain.
Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, contact Seattle Center on 134.9 or 5.
13495. We're getting rocked around quite a bit here with these turbulence. Wow, hopefully this gets a little bit better. This is really rocking us around quite a bit. Hey Clippy, do you need an airsick bag?
Ah, it seems like you might be wondering if I need an airsick bag. But no, I'm good. By the way, did you know that the average airplane carries around 100 airsick bags, just in case?
The average airplane carries 100 airsick bags. Wow. Maybe on an airliner, but I definitely would not be putting 100 airsick bags on a Skyhawk. And we can see we're picking up a little bit of ice. I think maybe we either need to climb or descend if we start picking up any more ice. Right now we're doing alright, but if we start icing up, we're going to have to get out of it pretty quick. It's a little crazy flying in June and worrying about icing. But up here at 4,000 feet, it's a lot cooler than it is on the ground. So,
Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, contact Seattle approach on 128.5.
28.5 to Whiskey Alpha Whiskey.
Piper 2H.
Seattle approach. Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey 3000.
Direct to the FAV, do you expect the on-app runway 17 approach into Tacoma Narrows, Piper 2H Julia?
We are making our way past
Skyhawk 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey.
Seattle Payne
approach.
Field.
Good morning, Everett altimeter 3014.
3014 hasn't changed the whole flight. Nice look at downtown Seattle and CenturyLink Field, home of the Sea Chickens. One thing I do have to mention here that just stands out to me, and it's not a criticism of say intentions or anything, it's just in this airspace, if you were flying, I would expect a whole lot of commercial traffic, radio traffic, because of the commercial flights going in and out of Seattle, Tacoma, and the surrounding airports. So it doesn't really, it adds that realism by adding the chatter in there, but the chatter as of right now doesn't exactly fit the environment. But it is something that they're currently working on. If you follow their development on YouTube with their weekly meetings, they do mention that they are constantly working on stuff. So hopefully soon that will also come in line to just provide that added layer of realism. But I'm really liking the Say Intentions AI ATC. I mean, it's not perfect when you're doing IFR flights, and they openly admit that, and they're working on making it better. So with time, I'm sure it will get better. But the availability
This is incorrect.
to have ATC anywhere.
Piper 2 Papa Bravo. Say again your requested waypoint and confirmed destination airport is Fresno International.
The ability to have ATC anywhere, anytime, for me works, because I can never seem to fly when things are available online for VATSIM. So I very much enjoy being able to have some kind of ATC no matter what time I'm flying, whether it be morning, midday, or middle of the night. Alright, I pulled up the next rad here. Let me make this bigger. It does show the rain showers here. They're all green, so nothing too
Vision Jet 6, Tango Golf,
too
contact
huge.
Seattle Center on 127.05.
But I am showing a rain cell over close to our destination, so we may be going to our alternate.
like you're trying to fly a plane. Did you know that the average cruising altitude for a commercial flight is 50,000 feet? That's almost as high as Mount Everest.
Really? This paperclip is an idiot. I never thought I'd call a paperclip an idiot. What has the world come to? You can make out some lights down there, but really not much to look at. Especially out the front.
Or greater till advised.
Cleared visual tree 6 right, maintaining 190 or greater American 1289er.
Piper 19er, Alpha, good day.
I see some blue sky up there. Maybe the rain will finally let up and give us some visual conditions. I don't mind flying IFR, but for making a video, it's not a whole lot for the viewer to look at unless you want to stare at my instrument panel.
Pilatus Tree 8, CG Seattle Center Squawk 174 and ident. KLM 945 cleared for the visual approach runway. 9er report 3 mile final.
Cleared visual 9er will report 3 mile final KLM 945.
American 1145 slow to 170 knots. 5 mile final contact tower 118.3. Good night.
170 tower 118.3, good night, American 1145.
Air Canada 235 hold at waypoint Briggs. Expect further clearance in 10 minutes.
Holding at Briggs, waiting for further clearance, Air Canada 235.
Hey Clippy, what do you do when you're not getting everything wrong?
127.05.
Sacrifice Skyway 3058, request heading
It looks like you're trying to ask about my hobbies.
Skyway
When I'm not
3058.
getting everything wrong, I enjoy mislabeling airport diagrams and giving incorrect weather updates. For example, I might say it's sunny during a thunderstorm.
Skyways 3058, fly heading 090 to intercept.
090 to intercept, Skyway 3058.
Clippy, what would happen if I just dropped you out the window?
It looks like you're trying to drop me out the window. If you did that, I'd probably bounce back up and start giving you even more useless advice from outside the plane. Plus, I'd mess up the aerodynamics and make the plane go faster. So, it's a win-win.
Well, in that case, get to jumping.
It looks like you're trying to ask about something specific. Could you clarify?
Skyway 3058, request heading 060.
Piper 28 Juliet, contact Tacoma, Narrows Tower on 118.5.
500. American
All right.
516.
Got about 18 and a half miles
American
to go.
516 Seattle Center, descend and maintain 2500.
Center Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, we would like to change destination to Yakima McAllister, and we would like IFR clearance. Okay, well, we finally broke out of the clouds and got out of that weather. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to land at Packwood, so we are continuing on to the alternate of Yakima. Center, cancel IFR for 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey.
Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, roger. Radar services terminated.
It
Squawk
looks like you're
VFR.
trying to learn about
Frequency
aviation.
change approved.
Did you know that the wingspan of this airplane is exactly 100 feet? That's why they call it the Century Bird.
Clippy, I think you're an idiot.
It looks like you're trying to insult me. Did you know that the maximum cruising speed of a Boeing 747 is 747 miles per hour? That's why they call it A747.
Yeah, okay. Man, coming over those mountains that was ruthless. We got very close to the treetops before we broke out. We were picking up quite a bit of ice.
Yakima Air Terminal McAllister Field, information Romeo. 1653 Zulu. Wind 294 at 12. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, scattered at 7500 feet. Scattered at 10000 feet. Temperature 17. Dew point 1. Altimeter 29906. Arriving and departing runways 27, 22. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Romeo.
Alright, we've got information Romeo. And they're landing 27, so we're going to overfly the field and do a 360 and come back around. Yakima Tower on 133.25.
Skyhawk 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Yakima Air Terminal McAllister Tower, enter left downwind for runway 27.
Enter a left downwind for runway 27. Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey.
Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, winds 260 at 14. Runway 27, clear to land.
They're to land 27 for Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey. Gas undercarriage, mixtures, props, speed. No props, undercarriage is welded, mixtures full, fuel pumps are on.
Yakima Tower,
Cleared to land.
6063 Echo holding short runway 22 ready for departure IFR.
Beechcraft 6063 Echo Yakima Air Terminal McAllister Tower, winds 350 at 7, runway 22 cleared for takeoff.
Whiskey Room Echo.
Yakima ground, Skyhawk Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, just off 27 at Bravo for general aviation parking.
Skyhawk 2 Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, Yakima Air Terminal McAllister ground, taxi to general aviation parking via Bravo. Have a good day.
VA via Bravo for Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, thank you. That was a crazy flight. Not what I expected. I expected a nice flight over to Packwood and some great scenery, and we ended up with nothing but bad weather. But that's what happens sometimes. As far as that Clippy character, yeah, he definitely is useless. I don't think I'll be flying with
runway 22 at your discretion. Advise when ready to proceed.
I don't think I'll be flying with Clippy anymore.
22 at discretion. Advise when ready to proceed.
I hope everyone enjoyed that flight. If you did, please do me the favor and like and subscribe and leave a comment below. I look forward
Delta,
to
Yakima Air Terminal McAllister, ground taxi to parking via Alpha. Good day.
I look forward to all of
Tree
the
15 X-ray, Papa,
comments.
give way to the Embraer on your left, then continue taxi via taxiway Bravo. Giving way to the Embraer.
If you would like to try the Say Intentions AI ATC, there is a link in the description below that you can sign up and get your free 7-day trial. Until next time, we'll see you later.